This audiobook is your guide to unlocking true inner freedom, revealing how to live beyond the limits you thought were unbreakable. As you listen, you'll see that the barriers in your life are just reflections of your thoughts and feelings. The journey to your limitless self starts now. Free your spirit. Introduction. In the hushed whispers of the universe, a timeless invitation echoes through the corridors of your soul. You stand at the threshold of a grand awakening, poised to embark on a journey that will lead you to the very essence of your being. This is no ordinary path, but a sacred pilgrimage to the wellspring of infinite potential that resides within you. As you go through the chapters of this book, know that you are answering a call that has reverberated through the ages. The wisdom contained herein has been passed down through generations, guarded by sages and mystics who understood the profound power of these teachings. Now it is your turn to receive this ancient knowledge, to uncover the hidden truths that have long awaited your discovery. Think for a moment about the world you perceive around you, the limitations, the obstacles, the boundaries that seem so solid and immovable. What if these were merely illusions, constructs of the mind that have no real substance? What if the key to true freedom and boundless possibility lay not in changing your external circumstances, but in transforming the very lens through which you view reality? As you go deeper into these teachings, you will be gently guided to peel back the layers of conditioning that have shrouded your true potential, revealing the luminous being that you have always been beneath the surface. Open your heart and mind, for the journey ahead requires both courage and curiosity. The path may challenge your long-held beliefs, inviting you to release that which no longer serves you. But fear not, for with each step you will find yourself drawing closer to the profound truth of your own divine nature. Part 1. The Awakening, Breaking the Chains. Chapter 1. The Call to Inner Freedom. In a distant land, a wanderer trudged along a dusty path, his wrists and ankles bound by heavy chains. For years he had journeyed thus, the weight of his bonds slowing his every step. One day, exhausted, he collapsed beneath the shade of an ancient tree. As he rested, a gentle breeze whispered through the leaves, carrying with it a strange revelation. The wanderer looked down at his chains, and for the first time truly saw them. To his astonishment, he realized they were not locked at all. With trembling hands, he unclasped the shackles, watching in awe as they fell away. He had been free all along, bound only by his belief in his own captivity. You, like the wanderer, may find yourself constrained by invisible chains of your own making. These bonds are forged from thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions that limit your true potential. But just as the wanderer discovered, liberation begins with awareness. Your journey to unlocking your innate power starts with a simple yet profound truth. You are not your thoughts. The constant chatter of the mind, the fears, doubts, and judgments that seem so real, are merely passing phenomena. They are clouds drifting across the vast sky of your consciousness. As you cultivate self-awareness, you begin to create space between your essential self and the thoughts that arise within you. This space is the key to your freedom. It allows you to observe your inner dialogue without becoming entangled in it. From this vantage point, you can choose which thoughts to engage with and which to let pass by like leaves on a stream. Let's now focus on the tale of the sage and the inner voice. In a secluded mountain retreat, a seeker approached a renowned sage asking, "Master, how do I silence the incessant voice in my head?" The sage smiled knowingly and replied, "My child, why seek to silence what can be your greatest teacher?" He then guided the seeker to a crystal-clear pool. "Look at your reflection," he instructed. As the seeker gazed into the water, the sage continued, "Now, touch the surface with your finger." Ripples spread across the pool, distorting the image. "Your thoughts are like these ripples," the sage explained. "They may disturb the surface, but they cannot change the depths of who you truly are. Learn to observe the ripples without becoming them, and you will unlock the power within." This tale illustrates a fundamental truth. Your inner voice, when understood and observed with detachment, becomes a tool for growth rather than an obstacle. By learning to step back and witness your thoughts, you gain the power to choose your responses rather than react unconsciously. To begin this practice of self-observation, engage in the following meditation. Find a quiet place and sit comfortably. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, allowing your body to relax. Now imagine yourself sitting on the bank of a gently flowing river. As thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as leaves floating on the water's surface. Don't try to stop or change the thoughts. Simply observe them as they pass by. If you find yourself caught up in a thought, gently return your attention to the river and continue watching. Practice this for a few minutes each day, gradually increasing the duration as you become more comfortable. This simple yet powerful technique will help you cultivate the awareness of the space between your true self and your thoughts, setting you on the path to unlocking your limitless potential. Chapter 2: You are the silent observer. In a remote mountain monastery, a young monk named Kai sought enlightenment through silence. For years he practiced vows of quietude, believing that in the absence of speech he would find truth. Yet peace eluded him. One day, as Kai sat in meditation, an elder monk approached. "What troubles you, my son?" he asked. Kai, breaking his silence, confessed his frustration. The elder smiled and said, "True silence is not the absence of sound, but the presence of listening. Listen not with your ears, but with your heart." Puzzled, Kai returned to his meditation. This time, instead of trying to silence his thoughts, he began to listen to the space between them. In that moment, he discovered a profound stillness that had always been there, waiting to be noticed. Kai realized that enlightenment was not found in the silencing of thoughts, but in becoming aware of the silent observer within. You, like Kai, possess this innate ability to witness your thoughts without becoming entangled in them. This realization is transformative. You are not your thoughts, but the consciousness that perceives them. Imagine your mind as a vast, clear sky. Your thoughts are like clouds drifting across this expanse. Some are light and fleeting, others dark and heavy. But regardless of their nature, they are temporary visitors in the boundless space of your awareness. By shifting your perspective to see thoughts as transient phenomena, you liberate yourself from their grip. You begin to understand that your true self is not defined by the content of your thoughts, but by the awareness that observes them. Put your thoughts into the tale of the traveler and the ocean of peace. A weary traveler arrived at the edge of a great desert, his mind burdened with worries about the journey ahead. An old sage approached and asked, "What troubles you?" The traveler poured out his concerns. The sage listened patiently, then said, "Close your eyes and picture your thoughts as grains of sand in your hands." The traveler did so. "Now," continued the sage, "imagine yourself standing at the shore of a vast, calm ocean. Release the sand into the water." As the traveler visualized this, he felt a profound sense of peace wash over him. "Your thoughts are but grains of sand," the sage explained. "Your true self is the ocean, boundless, tranquil, and unaffected by the tiny disturbances on its surface." This narrative illustrates the limitless nature of your inner awareness. By detaching from your thoughts, you can access the deep well of peace that resides within you. To strengthen your ability to witness without reacting, practice the following exercise. Find a quiet space and sit comfortably. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Now, bring to mind a persistent thought or worry that often occupies your mind. Observe this thought as if you were watching it on a movie screen. Notice its shape, color, and intensity. Without trying to change or judge it, simply watch it. As you continue to observe, imagine the thought gradually losing its solidity, becoming transparent and less defined. Finally, visualize it dissolving completely, leaving only the vast, calm space of your awareness. Repeat this process with other recurring thoughts, spending a few minutes each day strengthening your ability to detach and release. Chapter 3. Untangling the Mental Web.
In a lush forest, a tiny spider named Arachne wove her web with meticulous care. Each silken thread was placed with precision, creating an intricate pattern that shimmered in the dappled sunlight. Arachne took pride in her creation, believing it to be the most beautiful and perfect web in all the woodland. As days passed, Arachne's web grew larger and more complex. She added layer upon layer, convinced that a grander web would surely catch more prey. But as she worked, she failed to notice how her masterpiece was slowly encircling her. One morning, Arachne awoke to find herself trapped at the center of her own creation. The very threads she had spun with such care now held her captive. In her pursuit of perfection, she had woven herself into a prison of her own making. You, like Arachne, may find yourself entangled in a web of your own creation. These are the limiting beliefs that bind you, often woven so gradually that you hardly notice their restrictive nature until you find yourself unable to move freely. Your limiting beliefs are not truths, but rather intricate fabrications of the mind. They are thoughts you have repeated so often that they have solidified into what appears to be unshakable reality. Yet, just as Arachne's web was made of delicate silk, your limiting beliefs are fragile constructs that can be dismantled once you recognize their true nature. To begin unraveling these beliefs, you must first become aware of them. Listen closely to the whispers of your inner dialogue. What stories do you tell yourself about your capabilities, your worth, your place in the world? These narratives are the threads of your web. Turn your attention to the story of the wise elder and the cave of fears. In a remote village lived an elder named Gen, revered for his wisdom. Despite his knowledge, Gen rarely left his home, bound by an inexplicable fear of the outside world. One day, a curious child asked him, "Why do you stay inside, Elder Gen?" This simple question sparked a journey of self-inquiry for Gen. He began to question the origin of his fears. Where did this fear come from? He asked himself. Who told me the world was unsafe? As he delved deeper, he realized his fears were based on stories he had been told as a child, stories he had never questioned. With each inquiry, Gen felt a little freer. He started taking small steps outside his home, challenging his long-held beliefs. To his surprise, he found the world to be full of beauty and wonder. By questioning the validity of his fears, Gen had liberated himself from a prison of his own making. Like Gen, you have the power to free yourself through the art of inquiry. By questioning your limiting beliefs, you can begin to loosen their hold on you. To start this process of liberation, engage in the following practice. Take a journal and find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. At the top of a page, write, "I believe." Complete this sentence with the first thought that comes to mind about yourself or your abilities. Continue this process, filling the page with beliefs you hold about yourself, your life, and the world around you. Once you've filled the page, choose 3 beliefs that feel particularly limiting or restrictive. For each of these beliefs, ask yourself the following questions and write down your answers. Where did this belief come from? Can I trace its origin? Is this belief based on fact, or is it an assumption I've never questioned? What evidence do I have that contradicts this belief? How would my life be different if I didn't hold this belief? Through this practice, you begin to untangle the threads of your self-imposed limitations, creating space for new, empowering beliefs to take root. Chapter 4. Shattering Illusions. In the misty mountains of an ancient land, there lived a mystic named Akira, renowned for his ability to see beyond the veil of ordinary reality. One day, as Akira meditated before a large, ornate mirror, he noticed something peculiar. The reflection staring back at him seemed to shimmer and shift, revealing glimpses of a world beyond. Intrigued, Akira reached out to touch the mirror's surface. To his astonishment, his hand passed through as if it were water. With a deep breath, he stepped forward, shattering the illusion of the mirror and emerging into a realm of pure light and infinite possibility. In this moment, Akira realized that the mirror had been nothing more than a manifestation of his own limited perceptions. By breaking through, he had shattered the illusions that had kept him bound to a narrow view of reality. You, like Akira, have the power to shatter the mirrors of illusion in your own life. Your perceptions shape the world you experience, creating a reality that may seem fixed and immutable. Yet, these perceptions are merely reflections of your thoughts, beliefs, and past experiences. To break free from these illusions is to open yourself to a world of limitless possibilities. As you begin to see beyond the boundaries of your current perceptions, you unlock the door to a reality far more expansive than you ever imagined. Let's turn to the tale of Maya, the seeker of truth. Maya had spent years searching for enlightenment, traveling to distant lands and studying with renowned teachers. Yet no matter where she went or what she learned, she felt as though she was peering at the world through a foggy window. One day, exhausted from her journey, Maya sat beneath a tree and closed her eyes. In that moment of stillness, she realized that the fog she had been trying to peer through wasn't in the world around her, but in her own mind. Her doubts, fears, and preconceptions had clouded her vision, preventing her from seeing the truth that had always been there. With this realization, Maya began to clear away the fog of her own making. She questioned her assumptions, challenged her fears, and let go of the need for certainty. As her inner vision cleared, the world around her seemed to transform, revealing a beauty and depth she had never before perceived. Like Maya, you have the power to clear away the fog that clouds your perception. By questioning your assumptions and challenging your fears, you can begin to see the world as it truly is, full of infinite potential and possibility. To help you see beyond your perceived limitations, engage in the following visualization practice. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and take several deep breaths, allowing your body to relax. Imagine yourself standing before a large mirror. This mirror represents your current perception of reality. Look closely at your reflection, noticing any limitations or boundaries you perceive. Now imagine reaching out to touch the surface of the mirror. Feel it give way beneath your fingers, like a thin film of water. With courage in your heart, step forward through the mirror. As you pass through, envision yourself emerging into a vast, open space filled with brilliant light. This is the realm of infinite possibility, free from the limitations of your previous perceptions. In this space, see yourself accomplishing your deepest desires and wildest dreams. Visualize yourself overcoming obstacles with ease, embodying your highest potential. Take a moment to fully experience this sense of limitless possibility. When you're ready, bring this feeling back with you as you return through the mirror to your physical reality. Open your eyes, carrying with you the knowledge that the limitations you once perceived were merely illusions, ready to be shattered at any moment.
Chapter 5. The Gateway to Presence. In a tranquil valley there lived a sage named Jen who had spent years seeking inner peace. He traveled far and wide, studied ancient texts, and practiced rigorous disciplines, yet true serenity eluded him. One day, exhausted from his quest, Jen sat beneath a willow tree by a gentle stream. As he watched the water flow, he suddenly realized that in his relentless pursuit of peace, he had overlooked the beauty and tranquility of the present moment. In that instant of simply being, Jen found the peace he had long sought. The present moment is the gateway to true awareness and inner transformation. It is here, in the eternal now, that all possibilities reside. When you fully inhabit the present, you connect with your deepest self and the infinite wisdom of the universe. Your mind often dwells in the past or races toward the future, creating a veil of illusion that obscures the richness of the present. By anchoring yourself in the now, you dissolve this veil and open yourself to the fullness of life. In the present moment, you find freedom from the burdens of yesterday and the anxieties of tomorrow. Here you can access your true power, make conscious choices, and align with the flow of universal energy. Consider the tale of Leon, a young seeker of truth. Leon had always been restless, constantly striving for a better future or ruminating on past mistakes. She sought wisdom from teachers and books, but inner peace remained elusive. One day, while walking through a bustling marketplace, Leon was startled by the sudden crash of a merchant's pottery. In that moment of surprise, her mind fell silent, and she became acutely aware of her surroundings, the vibrant colors, the mingling aromas, the hum of voices. For the first time, Leon truly experienced life as it unfolded before her. She realized that all her seeking had kept her from experiencing the richness of each moment. From that day forward, Leon practiced staying present, finding that life became more vivid, joyful, and meaningful. Like Leon, you can discover the profound peace and clarity that comes from living in the present moment. By cultivating mindfulness, you open yourself to the fullness of life and the wisdom that resides within you. To help you anchor yourself in the present moment, practice this mindfulness technique. Find a comfortable position and close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths, allowing your body to relax with each exhale. Bring your attention to your breath, noticing the sensation of air entering and leaving your nostrils. Don't try to control your breath. Simply observe it. As thoughts arise, acknowledge them without judgment, then gently return your focus to your breath. Now expand your awareness to include the sensations in your body. Notice any areas of tension or comfort. Gradually extend your attention to the sounds around you, near and far. Finally, become aware of your entire being, your breath, body, and surroundings, all at once. Stay in this state of present awareness for a few minutes. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes, carrying this sense of presence with you into your day. Practice this technique regularly, even for just a few minutes at a time, to strengthen your ability to live in the present moment. Chapter 6: Emotional Liberation. In a distant land, there lived a wanderer named Kai who carried a heavy sack upon his shoulders. The sack contained stones, each representing a burden from his past, regrets, sorrows, and resentments. As Kai traveled, the weight of his load grew, bowing his back and slowing his steps. One day, exhausted and weary, Kai encountered an old woman resting by a stream. She looked at him with kind eyes and asked, "Why do you carry such a heavy burden?" Kai replied, "These are my memories, my pains. They are part of who I am." The old woman smiled gently and said, "But are they who you are now?" With those words, she took a stone from his sack and cast it into the stream. To Kai's amazement, as the stone sank beneath the water, he felt a weight lift from his heart. Realizing the wisdom in her action, Kai began to remove the stones one by one, casting them into the stream. With each stone released, he felt lighter, freer. When the last stone disappeared beneath the ripples, Kai stood tall, unburdened for the first time in years. The path to inner peace lies not in clinging to our emotional burdens, but in learning to let them go. Your negative emotions, anger, fear, sorrow, are not who you are. They are merely passing experiences like clouds drifting across the vast sky of your consciousness. When you detach from these emotions, you create space for peace and clarity to emerge. This doesn't mean suppressing or denying your feelings, but rather observing them without becoming entangled in their grip. Imagine the story of Master Lin. Master Lin was renowned for his wisdom and serenity, yet in his youth, he had been prone to fits of rage that left him feeling drained and ashamed. One day, after a particularly fierce outburst, Lin retreated to a secluded grove to meditate. As he sat in silence, Lin observed his anger as if it were a separate entity. He noticed how it arose, peaked, and eventually subsided, all without his intervention. In that moment of detached observation, Lin realized that he was not his anger but the awareness that perceived it. From that day forward, Lin practiced observing his emotions without identifying with them. He found that by doing so, his anger lost its power over him. More importantly, he discovered a wellspring of joy and love that had been obscured by his emotional turmoil. Like Master Lin, you too can find freedom from the tyranny of negative emotions. By practicing detachment, you create space for your true nature, loving, peaceful, and joyful, to shine through. To help you release pent-up emotions and cultivate inner calm, practice this guided meditation. Find a quiet place and sit comfortably. Close your eyes and take several deep breaths. Bring your attention to your body, scanning from head to toe. Notice any areas of tension or discomfort. Now, become aware of any emotions present. Don't try to change them. Simply observe. Imagine these emotions as colored mist surrounding you. As you breathe in, visualize drawing this mist into your heart. As you exhale, see the mist transforming into pure white light, radiating out from your heart in all directions. Continue this process, breathing in the emotional mist and breathing out light, until you feel a sense of lightness and peace. When you're ready, take a deep breath and slowly open your eyes. Practice this meditation regularly to foster emotional release and inner clarity. Chapter 7. Letting go of what no longer serves you. In a lush forest stood an ancient oak tree, its branches reaching toward the sky. As autumn approached, the tree's leaves began to turn golden and brown. Many clung desperately to their branches, fearing the fall, but the wise old oak knew better. "My dear leaves," it whispered, "your time has come to let go. Only by releasing you can I make room for new growth when spring returns." Reluctantly, the leaves loosened their grip. As they fluttered to the ground, they realized that in letting go, they were participating in the eternal cycle of renewal. You, like the oak tree, must learn the art of letting go. Your fears, outdated beliefs, and attachments are the dead leaves of your soul. By holding on to them, you prevent new opportunities and growth from taking root. Releasing what no longer serves you is not a loss, but a gain. It creates space for fresh experiences, ideas, and relationships to flourish. Just as the tree sheds its leaves to prepare for new growth, you must release old patterns to make way for your own renewal. Consider the emotions, beliefs, or habits that no longer align with your highest self. These may be fears that hold you back, resentments that poison your heart, or expectations that limit your potential. Recognize that letting go of these is not a sign of weakness, but of wisdom and strength. Now let us turn to the tale of Eliah, the unburdened traveler. Eliah had journeyed for many years, her pack growing heavier with each passing season. It contained not just necessities, but mementos of past sorrows, tokens of unfulfilled dreams, and the weight of countless worries. One day, struggling up a steep mountain path, Eliah met an old sage. The sage looked at her with compassion and asked, "Why do you carry such a heavy load?" Eliah replied, "These are my possessions, my memories, my fears. How can I let them go?" The sage smiled gently and said, "By carrying all that you were, you leave no room for who you might become. The journey ahead requires a lighter step." With trembling hands, Eliah opened her pack. One by one, she examined its contents. She kept only what truly nourished her soul and discarded the rest, leaving them as offerings to the mountain. As she continued her journey, Eliah felt a newfound lightness in her step. The path seemed less steep, the air fresher. She realized that in letting go, she had not lost herself, but found a new freedom to become her true self. Like Aaliyah, you too can unburden yourself from the weight of the past. By releasing what no longer serves you, you create space for new adventures, growth, and joy. To help you in this process of letting go, practice this simple ritual of release. Find a quiet, natural setting, a garden, a park, or even a potted plant in your home. Hold in your hand a small object that represents something you wish to release, a fear, a grudge, or an outdated belief. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. With each exhale, imagine the energy of what you're releasing flowing out of you and into the object. When you feel ready, place the object on the ground or bury it in the soil. As you do so, say aloud or in your mind, "I release this name what you're letting go with gratitude for its lessons. I now create space for new growth and abundance." Take a moment to feel the lightness and freedom that comes with letting go. Breathe deeply, allowing fresh energy to fill the space you've created. Chapter 8: Aligning Your Foundation for Manifestation. In a bustling village there lived a renowned builder named Arash. One day a wealthy merchant approached him with a grand request: to build the tallest tower in the land. Eager for the challenge, Arash began construction immediately, focusing on the impressive height rather than the foundation. As the tower neared completion, cracks appeared in its base. Despite Arash's efforts to repair them, the tower eventually collapsed. Devastated, Arash sought wisdom from an old master builder. The master smiled knowingly and said, "A tower's strength lies not in its height, but in its foundation. Build from the ground up, aligning each stone with care, and your creation will stand the test of time." Heeding this advice, Arash started anew. This time he meticulously prepared the ground and laid a strong foundation. As he worked, he ensured each level was perfectly aligned before moving to the next. When completed, the tower stood tall and unshakable, a testament to the power of a solid foundation. Like Arash's tower, your desires and goals require a strong foundation to manifest in your life. This foundation is built through the alignment of your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your deepest aspirations. When these elements are in harmony, you create a powerful energy flow that attracts your desires into reality. To manifest effectively, you must first clarify your intentions. Visualize your goals with vivid detail, feeling the emotions of already having achieved them. This creates a vibrational match between your inner world and your desired external reality. Next, align your thoughts with your goals. Be mindful of negative self-talk or limiting beliefs that may undermine your efforts. Replace these with positive affirmations and unwavering faith in your ability to succeed. Your emotions act as a powerful catalyst in the manifestation process. Cultivate feelings of joy, gratitude, and excitement about your goals, as if they've already come to fruition. This emotional alignment sends a clear signal to the universe about what you wish to attract. Finally, take inspired action. Listen to your intuition and act on opportunities that arise. Each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals and reinforces your alignment with your desires. Now let us reflect on the tale of Mira, the seeker of success. Mira had always dreamed of becoming a renowned artist, but despite her talent, success eluded her. Frustrated, she sought the counsel of a wise woman who lived atop a mountain. The wise woman listened to Mira's woes and said, "Your outer world is a reflection of your inner state. To change what you see outside, you must first transform within." Confused but determined, Mira spent the next year in self-reflection. She confronted her fears of failure, released her doubts, and cultivated an unshakable belief in her abilities. She visualized her success daily, feeling the joy and gratitude of achieving her dreams. As Mira's inner world shifted, so did her external reality. Opportunities began to appear, and her art started to gain recognition. By aligning her inner state with her desires, Mira had unlocked the key to manifesting her success. To help you align your energy with your deepest desires, practice this powerful affirmation and intention-setting exercise. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and take several deep breaths, centering yourself in the present moment. Visualize your desired outcome with as much detail as possible. See it, feel it, hear it. Engage all your senses. Now, create a powerful affirmation that encapsulates your desire. For example, I am worthy and capable of achieving your goal. The universe supports my success. Repeat this affirmation aloud with conviction, feeling the truth of the words resonating within you. Next, set a clear intention for manifesting your desire. State it aloud. I intend to align my thoughts, emotions, and actions with your goal. I am open to receiving guidance and opportunities that support my journey. Take a moment to feel the energy of your intention and affirmation flowing through you, aligning your entire being with your desire. Part 2. The Deepening Journey to the Heart. Chapter 9. The Art of Emotional Release. In the heart of an ancient forest, a mighty river flowed. For centuries, it had carved its path through the landscape, nourishing the land and its inhabitants. But as time passed, the river grew restless, yearning for more. It pushed against its banks, flooding the surrounding areas, causing chaos and destruction. One day, a wise old tree spoke to the river. "Why do you struggle so?" it asked. The river replied, "I feel constrained. I want to be free." The tree chuckled softly. True freedom comes not from overflowing your boundaries, but from flowing freely within them. Your strength lies in your natural course. Slowly, the river understood. It ceased its struggle and learned to flow with grace and power within its banks. As it did, it discovered a newfound strength and purpose, bringing life and vitality to all it touched. And like the river, you too may feel constrained by your emotions, pushing against the banks of your inner world. But true liberation comes from learning to flow freely within yourself, releasing the emotional blockages that hinder your growth. Emotional burdens can weigh heavily on your spirit, clouding your judgment and limiting your potential. By learning to let go of these burdens, you create space for new growth and deeper self-awareness. This release is not about suppressing or ignoring your emotions, but rather about acknowledging them, understanding their message, and then allowing them to flow through you without resistance. As you practice emotional release, you may find that long-held patterns of thought and behavior begin to shift. You become more adaptable, more resilient, and more in tune with your true self. This inner clarity allows you to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and grace. Imagine now the tale of Ravi, the healer. In a small village lived Ravi, known for his extraordinary ability to heal others. People came from far and wide seeking his touch, yet Ravi felt a heaviness in his own heart. One night, in a dream, a radiant being appeared to him. "To truly heal others," the being said, "you must first heal yourself." Upon waking, Ravi realized the truth of these words. He spent the next year in solitude, confronting his own pain and releasing the emotional burdens he had carried for so long. As he cleared his own heart, his healing powers grew stronger. When he returned to his practice, those he touched not only found physical healing, but also emotional liberation. To help you release stagnant emotions and invite renewed energy into your life, practice this breathing exercise. Find a comfortable seated position and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Imagine a warm golden light entering your body, with each inhale, filling you from head to toe. As you exhale, visualize any stagnant emotions or negative energy leaving your body as dark smoke. Continue this breathing pattern, focusing on areas where you feel emotional tension. With each exhale, release more of the darkness, replacing it with golden light on the inhale. After several minutes, take a final deep breath and exhale fully, feeling lighter and more energized. Open your eyes, carrying this sense of emotional clarity with you into your day. Chapter 10. Releasing the Weight of the Past. In the misty mountains of an ancient land there lived a traveler named Asha. For years, she had journeyed across valleys and peaks, her back bent under the weight of an enormous pack. Within this pack, she carried not provisions for her journey, but memories of her past, regrets, sorrows, and old wounds that she couldn't seem to leave behind. One fateful day, as Asha climbed a particularly steep path, she stumbled and fell. Her pack burst open, spilling its contents across the mountainside. As she gathered her belongings, she realized with sudden clarity that these memories were not treasures to be hoarded, but burdens that had been holding her back. With trembling hands, Asha unfastened her pack and left it by the wayside. As she continued her journey, she felt lighter with each step, her spirit soaring with newfound freedom. Like Asha, you too carry the weight of your past. These memories, these old hurts, they are not meant to be constant companions on your journey. The art of letting go is not about forgetting, but about transforming these experiences into wisdom that propels you forward rather than holding you back. Forgiveness, both of yourself and others, is the key that unlocks the chains of the past. It is not about condoning harmful actions, but about freeing yourself from the burden of carrying resentment and pain. When you forgive, you reclaim your power and open yourself to the boundless possibilities of the present moment. Remember, every experience you've had has shaped you, but it need not define you. You are not your past. You are the awareness that has grown from it. By releasing the grip of old hurts, you create space for new joy, new opportunities, and new growth. Observe now the tale of the sage and the seeker. A seeker approached a wise sage, complaining of the heaviness in his heart. "Master," he said, "I carry the weight of my past always. How can I find peace?" The sage smiled gently and picked up a beautiful gift box. "The present is a gift," he said, offering the box to the seeker. But as the seeker reached for it, the sage pulled it back. "Wait," he said. "First you must put down what you're already carrying." The seeker looked confused, for his hands were empty. The sage explained, "Your hands may be free, but your heart is full of yesterday. The present is a gift, but you can only receive it when you stop dragging the past into it." In that moment, the seeker understood. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and consciously let go of his past burdens. When he opened his eyes, he felt lighter, and the present moment shone with new brilliance. To help you release past experiences and transform them into empowering lessons, practice this guided visualization. Find a quiet place and sit comfortably. Close your eyes and take several deep breaths. Imagine yourself standing before a serene lake. In your hands you hold smooth stones, each representing a past hurt or regret. One by one, take each stone and infuse it with the lesson you've learned from that experience. As you do, feel the weight of the stone lighten. When you're ready, gently toss each stone into the lake. Watch as ripples spread outward, carrying the wisdom of your experience into the world. As the last stone sinks beneath the surface, feel a profound sense of lightness and freedom wash over you. Take a deep breath, open your eyes, and carry this feeling of liberation with you into your day. Chapter 11. The Creative Power of a Focused Mind. In a village snuggled among rolling hills, there lived a master sculptor named Ilara. Each day she would stand before a massive block of stone, her eyes gleaming with vision and determination. As the villagers watched in awe, Ilara would chip away at the stone, her focus unwavering, her movements precise. Days turned to weeks, and weeks to months. Slowly, a form began to emerge from the shapeless rock. With each strike of her chisel, Ilara brought her vision to life. Finally, as the last ray of sunlight touched the sculpture, Ilara stepped back, revealing a breathtaking masterpiece that seemed to capture the very essence of beauty. Just as Ilara shaped the stone with her focused mind and skilled hands, you too have the power to shape your reality through the force of your thoughts. Your mind is the chisel, and your life is the block of stone waiting to be transformed. Every thought you entertain is a stroke upon the canvas of your existence. The universe responds to the energy of your mind, manifesting your dominant thoughts into tangible experiences. When you direct your mental focus with intention and clarity, you harness a creative power that can sculpt the very fabric of your reality. Consider your thoughts as seeds planted in the fertile soil of the universe. What you consistently think about, you bring about. Positive, empowering thoughts cultivate a life of joy, abundance, and fulfillment. Conversely, negative thoughts can manifest as obstacles and challenges. The key lies in conscious awareness. By becoming mindful of your thought patterns, you can begin to shape them deliberately. Replace self-limiting beliefs with affirmations of your potential. Transform worry into visions of success. Let gratitude color your perceptions, and watch as your life begins to reflect the beauty of your inner world. Remember, this is not about suppressing all negative thoughts, but about choosing which thoughts to nurture and expand upon. Like a gardener tending to their plants, you must cultivate the thoughts that serve your highest good and gently weed out those that do not. Now, let us turn to the tale of Lyra, the young apprentice. In a bustling city of artisans, Lyra dreamed of becoming a great painter. She approached the most renowned artist in the land, begging to be his student. The master agreed, but his first lesson was not what Lyra expected. "Before you touch a brush," he said, "you must learn to paint with your mind." Confused, Lyra watched as the master closed his eyes and breathed deeply. "Every thought," he explained, "is a brushstroke on the canvas of your destiny. What picture are you painting with your mind?" Lyra realized that her thoughts had been filled with doubt and fear. She had been painting a bleak future without even realizing it. With this newfound awareness, Lyra began to consciously direct her thoughts towards her dreams and aspirations. As the days passed, Lyra's outlook transformed. Her confidence grew, opportunities appeared, and her art flourished. She understood that by changing the picture in her mind, she had changed the course of her life. To help you harness the power of focused thought, practice this thought training exercise. Set aside 10 minutes each day for this practice. Find a quiet space and sit comfortably. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Visualize a blank canvas before you. Now imagine yourself painting your ideal reality on this canvas. Use vivid colors and clear images to represent your goals and desires. As you paint, feel the emotions associated with achieving these dreams. Let the joy, excitement, and gratitude flow through you. If any doubts or negative thoughts arise, gently acknowledge them and then transform them into positive affirmations that support your vision. After your visualization, open your eyes and write down 3 actionable steps you can take today to move closer to your painted reality. Chapter 12, Visualizing Your Limitless Self. In a serene valley there lived a dreamer named Arden. Each night as he slept beneath the starry sky, Arden would journey to a realm of boundless possibility. In his dreams, he saw himself living a life of abundance and joy. his every desire fulfilled. One fateful night, Arden's future self appeared before him, radiating wisdom and contentment. This vision spoke, "The life you see is not just a dream, but a glimpse of what awaits you. Let this image guide your steps, for it is the blueprint of your destiny." Awakening with newfound purpose, Arden began to align his thoughts and actions with the life he had witnessed. As days passed, he noticed his reality slowly shifting to mirror his dreams, each step bringing him closer to the abundant life he had envisioned. Just as Arden's dreams guided him towards his destiny, you too possess the power to shape your reality through the practice of visualization. Your mind is a potent tool, capable of creating vivid images that resonate with the very fabric of the universe. When you engage in visualization, you are not merely daydreaming, you are aligning your vibrational energy with your desires. This alignment acts as a magnetic force, drawing experiences and opportunities that match your vision. To harness this power, begin by cultivating a clear and detailed image of your ideal life. See yourself living in abundance, surrounded by love, and fulfilled in your purpose. Feel the emotions associated with this reality as if it were already yours. The more real and tangible you can make this vision, the more powerfully it will manifest in your life. Remember, visualization is not about escaping reality, but about creating a bridge between your present and your desired future. As you consistently hold this vision, you'll find yourself naturally making choices and taking actions that lead you towards its realization. Now let us turn to the tale of Zephyr, the wanderer. Zephyr had traversed many lands, always searching for something he couldn't quite name. One day he encountered an ancient sage who asked, "What future do you see for yourself?" Realizing he had never truly contemplated this, Zephyr closed his eyes and allowed his mind to paint a vivid picture of his ideal life. He saw himself living in a thriving community, sharing wisdom and creating beauty. The sage smiled and said, "Now carry this vision with you always. Let it guide your steps, and you will naturally walk into the future you've envisioned." Zephyr took these words to heart. As he continued his journey, he found himself drawn to opportunities that aligned with his vision. Before long, he realized he was no longer wandering aimlessly, but purposefully moving towards the life he had imagined. To help you harness the power of visualization, practice this technique. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and take several deep breaths, allowing yourself to relax completely. Begin to envision your most expansive, fulfilled life. See yourself living in your ideal environment, engaged in work that brings you joy and purpose. Visualize the relationships that surround you, the abundance you enjoy, and the impact you have on the world. Make this vision as detailed as possible. What do you see? What sounds do you hear? What sensations do you feel? Engage all your senses to make the experience vivid and real. As you hold this vision, allow yourself to feel the emotions associated with living this life. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. Hold this visualization for as long as you comfortably can, ideally for at least 10 minutes. As you open your eyes, carry the energy of this vision with you throughout your day. Chapter 13, Emotional Alignment with the Universe. In a bustling village there lived a musician named Lyra. Her melodies were renowned throughout the land, yet she felt a persistent dissonance within herself. One day, as she prepared for a grand performance, Lyra noticed her beloved lute was out of tune. No matter how skillfully she played, the music sounded discordant and jarring. Frustrated, Lyra sought the wisdom of an old maestro who lived in the mountains. The maestro listened to her play and smiled knowingly. "Your instrument is a reflection of your inner state," he said. "Only when you are in harmony with yourself can your music truly resonate with the world. Lyra spent days meditating and aligning her emotions with her deepest desires. As she found inner peace, she noticed her lute began to tune itself. When she finally played again, the music that flowed was so beautiful it brought tears to the eyes of all who heard it. Just as Lyra discovered the power of emotional alignment, you too can learn to synchronize your feelings with the universe's frequency. When your emotions resonate with your desires, you create a harmonic convergence that attracts what you seek. To align yourself emotionally, begin by identifying the feelings associated with your goals. If you desire abundance, cultivate gratitude and generosity. If you seek love, nurture compassion and openness within yourself. By consistently embodying these emotions, you tune yourself to the frequency of your desires. Remember, the universe responds not just to your thoughts, but to the energy you emit. When your feelings are in harmony with your aspirations, you send a clear, powerful signal that draws corresponding experiences into your life. Now let us turn to the tale of Ether, the cosmic seeker. Ether had long searched for the secrets of the universe, studying ancient texts and consulting wise sages. Yet, true understanding eluded him until he met a mysterious dancer who moved with otherworldly grace. "The cosmos dances to a grand rhythm," the dancer told him. "To understand its secrets, you must learn to move in harmony with its flow." Intrigued, Ether began to observe the patterns in nature, the cycles of the moon, the changing seasons, the ebb and flow of the tides. He realized that these were all expressions of a cosmic dance. Slowly, Ether learned to align his own rhythms with those of the universe. He found that when he was in sync, life flowed effortlessly. Opportunities appeared at just the right moment, and challenges became stepping stones rather than obstacles. To help you align your emotional frequency with your highest intentions, practice this daily affirmation exercise. Each morning, take a few moments to center yourself. Close your eyes and take several deep breaths. Visualize your deepest desires and the emotions associated with them. Feel these positive emotions filling your entire being. Now speak aloud an affirmation that encapsulates this emotional state. For example, "I am in perfect harmony with the abundance of the universe," or "I radiate love and attract loving relationships effortlessly." Repeat this affirmation with conviction, allowing the associated emotions to resonate through you. Feel as though you are tuning yourself to this frequency. Carry this emotional resonance with you throughout your day, returning to your affirmation whenever you need to realign. Chapter 14. Transforming Fear into Faith. In a kingdom long ago, there lived a knight named Valor, renowned for his bravery in battle. Yet deep within his heart, he harbored a secret fear, the fear of the unknown. This fear haunted him, holding him back from reaching his true potential. One fateful day, Valor was tasked with a perilous quest to slay a dragon that threatened the realm. As he journeyed towards the dragon's lair, his fear grew stronger with each step. On the eve of his confrontation, he met an old sage who sensed the turmoil within him. "Brave knight," the sage said, "your fear is not your enemy, but a gateway to your greatest strength. Embrace it, understand it, and it will transform into unshakable courage." Heeding the sage's words, Valor spent the night in deep reflection. He realized that his fear stemmed from his love for life and his desire to protect others. As dawn broke, he felt a profound shift within. His fear had not vanished, but had transformed into an unwavering faith in his purpose and the greater good he served. Valor faced the dragon not with reckless bravado, but with a serene courage born of his newfound faith. He emerged victorious, having conquered not just the dragon, but his own inner demons. Just as Valor transformed his fear into faith, you too can transmute your doubts and fears, into a profound trust in the universe and its guiding forces. When you face your fears with courage and understanding, they become stepping stones to your highest self. Remember, the universe responds to your faith. When you replace fear with trust, you align yourself with the infinite possibilities that await you. Your belief becomes a beacon, attracting experiences that confirm your faith and propel you towards your goals. Now let us turn to the tale of Lumina, the lost traveler. Lumina found herself in a forest shrouded in darkness, with no clear path in sight. Panic gripped her heart as she stumbled through the thick undergrowth. In her despair, she remembered the words of her grandmother. When lost, look within for guidance. Taking a deep breath, Lumina closed her eyes and turned her attention inward. To her amazement, she sensed a faint glow emanating from her heart. As she focused on this inner light, it grew stronger, illuminating not just her surroundings but her path forward. Following this inner guidance, Lumina navigated through the forest with newfound confidence. She realized that the light within her was always present, waiting to be acknowledged and trusted. To help you cultivate an unshakable belief in the law of attraction, practice this mantra to transform fear into faith. Find a quiet place where you can sit comfortably. Close your eyes and take several deep breaths, allowing yourself to relax. Bring to mind a fear or doubt that has been holding you back. Acknowledge it without judgment. Now repeat the following mantra. I transform my fear into faith, my doubt into trust. The universe guides my path, and in its wisdom I place my trust. Repeat this mantra several times, feeling the shift from fear to faith with each repetition. Visualize your fear dissolving and being replaced by a warm, golden light of trust and belief. Carry this mantra with you, using it whenever you feel doubt or fear arising. Let it remind you of your innate connection to the wisdom of the universe. Chapter 15: The Flow of Inner Energy and Intuition. In a bustling marketplace there lived a dancer named Arya. Unlike other performers who moved to the rhythms of drums and flutes, Arya danced to a melody only she could hear. Her movements were fluid and graceful, as if guided by an invisible force. Onlookers were mesmerized by her dance, sensing something profound in her effortless flow. When asked about her secret, Arya simply smiled and said, "I listen to the music within." This narrative teaches us that true harmony comes from aligning with our inner rhythm. Just as Arya trusted the unseen melody, you too can learn to attune yourself to the subtle guidance of your intuition. Your inner energy is a wellspring of wisdom, constantly flowing and guiding you towards your highest good. When you learn to trust this energy, you'll find that decisions become clearer, actions more purposeful, and life itself more harmonious. Intuition is not just a mystical concept, but a practical tool for navigating life's complexities. It's the quiet voice that whispers truths your conscious mind may overlook. By cultivating a connection with this inner knowing, you open yourself to a deeper understanding of your path and purpose. Observe now the story of the sage Zephyr. In a village plagued by indecision, there lived a wise sage named Zephyr. While others sought counsel from soothsayers and oracles, Zephyr retreated into silence, listening to the whispers of his heart. One day, as drought threatened the village, the elders came to Zephyr for guidance. Instead of consulting ancient texts or reading omens, Zephyr closed his eyes and tuned into his inner knowing. To everyone's surprise, he instructed the villagers to dig a well in the driest part of the land. Though skeptical, they followed his advice. As they dug, they struck a hidden underground spring, saving the village from drought. When asked how he knew where to dig, Zephyr simply replied, "I listened to the wisdom that resides within us all." Like Zephyr, You too can tap into this wellspring of inner wisdom. By trusting your intuition, you align yourself with the universal flow, allowing life to unfold with grace and ease. To help you connect with your inner energy and intuition, practice this meditation. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Take several deep breaths, feeling your body relax with each exhale. Imagine a warm, golden light at the center of your being. With each breath, feel this light expand, filling your entire body. As you breathe, become aware of the energy flowing through you. It may feel like a tingling sensation, a warmth, or a subtle vibration. Now bring to mind a question or situation you seek guidance on. Don't try to find an answer. Simply hold the question in your awareness. Listen deeply to the subtle sensations in your body. Pay attention to any feelings, images, or thoughts that arise. Trust whatever comes, even if it doesn't make immediate logical sense. Your intuition often speaks in symbols and feelings. When you feel complete, take a few deep breaths and slowly open your eyes. Practice this meditation regularly to strengthen your connection with your inner wisdom and intuitive guidance. Chapter 16, Trusting the Path of Least Resistance. In a distant land, there flowed a river named Serenity. Unlike other rivers that crashed against rocks and fought their way through canyons, Serenity moved with graceful ease. It curved around boulders, found hidden passages through mountains, and always reached its destination with minimal effort. Travelers marveled at Serenity's peaceful journey. A wise elder explained, "Serenity teaches us the art of effortless progress. It does not fight against obstacles, but finds the path of least resistance." This story illustrates a profound truth. When you align with the natural flow of life, you can achieve your goals with grace and ease. Like Serenity, you too can learn to navigate life's challenges by surrendering control and trusting in the universe's guidance. The path of least resistance is not about passivity or avoiding challenges. Rather, it's about recognizing when to exert effort and when to allow life to carry you forward. By tuning into the universal flow, you open yourself to unexpected opportunities and solutions that often surpass your own limited planning. Put your attention to the story of Wei, the wise farmer. Wei had always struggled against nature, fighting to grow crops in poor soil and harsh weather. Year after year, his harvests were meager, and his spirit grew weary. One day, observing how wildflowers thrived without any tending, Wei had an epiphany. He decided to work with nature rather than against it. He studied the land, planted crops suited to the soil, and followed the natural rhythms of the seasons. To his amazement, his farm flourished. The crops grew abundantly, requiring less effort than ever before. Wei realized that by aligning with nature's wisdom, he had found a way to achieve more by doing less. Like Wei, you can learn to trust in life's natural rhythm. When you surrender the need for constant control, you allow the universe to guide you towards your goals in ways you might never have imagined. To help you embrace the path of least resistance, practice this reflective exercise. Find a quiet moment and take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Reflect on areas in your life where you feel you're struggling or forcing things to happen. Write these down. For each area, ask yourself, am I resisting the natural flow of life here? What would happen if I loosened my grip and trusted the process? Are there any signs or opportunities I might be overlooking? Identify one small step you can take to let go and allow the universe to take the lead in each area. Commit to taking these steps and observe how your journey unfolds with more ease and grace. Remember, surrendering control doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. It means trusting that the universe has a plan for you that may exceed your own expectations. By aligning with this flow, Like Serenity the river and Way the farmer, you open yourself to a life of effortless abundance and joy. Part 3. The Transformation, Mastery and Beyond. Chapter 17. The Heart Wide Open. In a barren desert where the sun scorched the earth and water was scarce, there grew a single rose. Its petals were vibrant red, a stark contrast to the dull browns and yellows of its surroundings. Travelers who stumbled upon this miraculous flower marveled at its beauty and resilience. "How do you bloom in such harsh conditions?" they would ask. The rose, if it could speak, would have replied, "I keep my heart open to all that life offers. The scorching sun, the rare drops of dew, the gentle breeze. In embracing all, I find the strength to bloom." This tale teaches us a profound truth. When you keep your heart open to all experiences, both joyful and challenging, you tap into an infinite source of strength and beauty. To truly thrive in life, you must cultivate the courage to remain open and vulnerable. Like the desert rose, you have the power to bloom even in the harshest conditions. By embracing all aspects of your journey, the triumphs and the trials, you allow the universe's energy to flow through you, nourishing your spirit and enhancing your connection with the world around you. Bring your attention to the tale of the Sage of the Open Heart. In a bustling village lived a wise sage known for his radiant joy and the abundance that seemed to follow him effortlessly. Curious seekers would ask him the secret to his happiness and success. The sage would smile and say, "I keep my heart open to all, the kind and the unkind, the fortunate and the unfortunate. In doing so, I become a vessel for love and abundance. The universe flows through me, bringing gifts beyond my imagination." People noticed that those who spent time with the sage left feeling lighter, more loved, and somehow blessed. The sage's open heart had become a conduit for the universe's boundless generosity. Like the sage, you too can cultivate this openness. By keeping your heart receptive to all experiences, you create a magnetic field of love and abundance that naturally draws positive energy and opportunities to you. To help you embrace this practice of openness, try this heart-opening meditation. Find a comfortable seated position and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths, allowing your body to relax. Visualize a warm, golden light in the center of your chest. With each breath, see this light grow brighter and expand. As the light expands, imagine it dissolving any barriers or walls around your heart. Now, think of a challenging situation or person in your life. Instead of resisting, visualize your heart opening even wider to embrace this experience fully. Feel the sensation of your heart expanding with love, compassion, and acceptance for all aspects of life. Stay in this state for a few minutes, breathing deeply and allowing yourself to experience the freedom and power of an open heart. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes, carrying this sense of openness with you. Practice this meditation regularly and observe how it transforms your interactions and experiences. Like the desert rose and the sage, you'll find that keeping your heart open allows you to tap into the universe's infinite wisdom and abundance, blooming beautifully in all circumstances. Chapter 18. Living the Limitless Life. In the heart of a dense forest, there lived an eagle who had never spread its wings. Raised among chickens, it pecked at the ground, unaware of its true nature. One day, a wise owl perched nearby and asked, "Why do you not soar?" The eagle, confused, replied, "I am but a chicken, I cannot fly." The owl chuckled softly and said, "Look up, my friend. You were born to fly beyond the mountains." Curious, the eagle stretched its wings for the first time. With a powerful leap, it took to the sky, soaring higher and higher until it reached the mountaintops. In that moment, it realized its true potential in the limitless expanse of the world beyond. This tale reminds you that you, too, were born for greatness. The limitations you perceive are often self-imposed, mere illusions that have kept you tethered to the ground when you were meant to soar. To break free from these constraints, you must first recognize them for what they are: products of your mind. These barriers, whether born from fear, past experiences, or societal expectations, have no power over you unless you give them permission. Imagine your life as a vast open sky. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? How would you live if you believed in your limitless potential? These are not idle questions, but invitations to expand your vision of what's possible. Consider the story of the traveler and the mirror. A traveler journeyed across many lands, always searching for something he couldn't quite name. One day he came upon a mysterious mirror in an ancient temple. As he gazed into it, he saw not his reflection, but visions of himself accomplishing extraordinary feats. Puzzled, he asked the temple keeper, "What magic is this?" The keeper smiled and replied, "This mirror shows not what you are, but what you could be if you removed the limits you've placed upon yourself." The traveler understood then that his only true limits were those he had set in his own mind. From that day forward, he lived boldly, achieving things he once thought impossible. Like the traveler, you have the power to shatter the illusory boundaries that have confined you. Your potential is as vast as the universe itself, waiting to be explored and realized. To help you embrace this boundless perspective, engage in the following visualization practice. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and take several deep breaths, allowing your body to relax completely. Imagine yourself standing at the base of a tall mountain. Feel the solid ground beneath your feet, the crisp air around you. Now, envision yourself beginning to float, effortlessly rising above the mountain. As you ascend, feel the exhilaration of breaking free from gravity's pull. Continue to rise higher and higher, watching as the landscape below grows smaller. See yourself soaring past clouds, beyond the atmosphere, into the vastness of space. From this vantage point, look down at the earth. Recognize that all the fears, doubts, and limitations that once seemed so significant now appear tiny and inconsequential. Embrace the feeling of absolute freedom and limitless potential. Know that this is your true nature. Slowly return to your physical body, bringing with you the profound understanding of your boundless capabilities. Open your eyes, carrying this expanded awareness into your daily life. Chapter 19. Cultivating Unshakable Inner Peace. In the heart of a lush forest stood a serene lake, its surface a mirror reflecting the sky above. As dark clouds gathered and a fierce storm descended upon the land, the trees swayed violently in the wind, and leaves were torn from their branches. Yet amidst the chaos, the lake remained still, its depths undisturbed by the turmoil above. This lake represents the inner peace that you are capable of cultivating within yourself. Like the tranquil waters, your essence can remain calm and steady, even as life's storms rage around you. The path to abundance and manifestation begins with nurturing this inner stillness. When you maintain a state of unshakable peace, you align yourself with the highest vibrations of the universe. From this place of alignment, you become a magnet for all that you desire. Consider your thoughts and emotions as ripples on the surface of your being. When you allow external circumstances to disturb your inner waters, you create turbulence that disrupts the natural flow of abundance. But when you learn to keep your inner lake still, you open yourself to receive the gifts the universe has in store for you. To illustrate this truth further, let us turn to the tale of the monk and the marketplace. In a bustling city there lived a monk renowned for his serenity. One day a merchant challenged him, saying, "It's easy to find peace in a quiet temple, but can you maintain your calm in the chaos of the marketplace. The monk agreed to the challenge. As they entered the crowded market, the merchant led him through a maze of shouting vendors, jostling crowds, and cacophonous noises. To the merchant's amazement, the monk walked through the chaos with the same tranquil expression he wore in his temple. When they emerged, the merchant asked, "How did you remain so calm?" The monk smiled and replied, "I carry my temple within me. The noise may surround me, but it need not enter." This tale teaches us that true peace is not dependent on external circumstances. Like the monk, you have the power to cultivate an inner sanctuary that remains undisturbed, regardless of the chaos that may surround you. To help you develop this unshakable inner peace, practice the following breathing technique. Find a comfortable seated position and close your eyes. Imagine yourself sitting beside the tranquil lake from our opening story. As you inhale deeply through your nose, visualize drawing in the calm energy of the lake. Feel this serenity filling your lungs and spreading throughout your body. As you exhale slowly through your mouth, imagine releasing any tension or disturbance, allowing it to dissipate like mist over the water's surface. With each breath, feel yourself becoming more still, more peaceful. Envision your inner waters becoming increasingly calm and clear. Continue this practice for several minutes, anchoring yourself in this state of deep tranquility. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes, carrying this sense of inner peace with you as you move through your day. Chapter 20. The Art of Conscious Creation. In a hidden workshop nestled within a mountain, an alchemist toiled day and night. His hands, weathered by time and effort, carefully mixed elements in ancient crucibles. For years he had sought the secret of turning base metals into gold, driven by an unwavering belief in the power of transformation. One fateful day, as he gazed into his bubbling mixture, he realized a profound truth. The real alchemy wasn't in the metals before him, but in the power of his focused intention. With this revelation, he closed his eyes and poured all his energy, all his desire, into the crucible. When he opened them, he gasped in wonder. There, gleaming in the dim light, lay a small nugget of pure gold. You, like this alchemist, possess the power of conscious creation. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions are the base metals that, when combined with intention, can manifest the gold of your desires. The universe responds to the energy you emit. When you align your inner world with your deepest aspirations, you set in motion forces that shape your external reality. This is the essence of the law of attraction, a principle as old as time itself, yet as relevant today as it was in the alchemist's era. To harness this power, you must first recognize that every thought is a seed planted in the fertile soil of your mind. Your emotions water these seeds, and your actions provide the sunlight that helps them grow. By consciously choosing thoughts that resonate with your desires, nurturing them with positive emotions, and taking inspired action, you create a garden of manifestation. Think about the story of the Creator and the seed. In a realm beyond time, there lived a Creator who wished to understand the power of intention. She took a tiny seed and held it in her palm, focusing all her thoughts on what it could become. In her mind's eye, she saw a magnificent tree with branches reaching toward the sky and roots delving deep into the earth. Day after day, she nurtured this vision, pouring her energy and love into the seed. Slowly, it began to sprout, growing taller and stronger with each passing moment. As the Creator's vision remained steadfast, the seedling transformed, its trunk thickening, branches unfurling, leaves rustling in the breeze. Years passed, and the Creator's unwavering focus never wavered. And there, where once was just a seed and a dream, stood a majestic tree. a living testament to the power of focused creation. This tale illustrates that every grand manifestation begins as a single thought, nurtured by unwavering intention. Your mind is the fertile ground where these seeds of intention take root and flourish. To help you harness this power of conscious creation, practice the following intention-setting exercise. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and take several deep breaths, centering yourself in the present moment. Visualize your deepest desire as if it is already manifested. See it clearly in your mind's eye, engaging all your senses. What does it look like? How does it feel? What sounds and scents accompany this vision? As you hold this image, feel the emotions associated with having achieved this desire. Let gratitude, joy, and excitement fill your being. Now state your intention aloud using present tense as if it's already a reality. For example, I am living my purpose, or I am experiencing abundance in all areas of my life. Repeat this statement 3 times, each time feeling it resonate more deeply within you. Finally, ask yourself, what inspired action can I take today to move closer to this reality? Listen for the guidance that arises. Open your eyes and write down your intention and the action step you've identified. Commit to revisiting this practice daily, nurturing your intention like the Creator nurtured the seed. Chapter 21, Emotional Mastery and Energy Alignment. In a serene mountain valley, a skilled archer stood before a distant target. The onlookers watched in anticipation, expecting him to draw his bow with great force. Instead, the archer closed his eyes and took a deep breath. He centered himself, aligning his body and mind. When he opened his eyes, he released the arrow with a gentle, fluid motion. It soared through the air, striking the bullseye with perfect precision. You, like this archer, possess the power to hit your target in life through emotional mastery. The bow is your intention, and your emotions are the arrow. When you learn to direct your feelings with precision, you can manifest your desires with remarkable accuracy. Emotional mastery is not about suppressing your feelings, but about understanding and channeling them effectively. Each emotion carries a unique vibrational frequency that resonates with the universe. By consciously choosing and cultivating emotions that align with your goals, you create a powerful magnetic force that attracts corresponding experiences into your life. Consider the story of the sage and the river. In a remote village, there lived a wise sage known for his ability to manifest miracles. Curious seekers often asked him about the source of his power. One day, he led a group to a nearby river. "Observe the river," he said. "It flows with great force, yet it does not fight against the rocks in its path. Instead, it embraces them, flowing around and over them, carving new channels when necessary." The sage dipped his hand into the water and continued, "Our emotions are like this river. When we try to force them or fight against them, we create turbulence. But when we learn to channel them skillfully, they become a powerful creative force." To demonstrate, the sage closed his eyes and focused intently. The observers gasped as the river's flow began to change, forming beautiful patterns and even defying gravity for a moment. When the sage opened his eyes, the river returned to its natural course, but the lesson was clear. Mastery over emotions allows us to shape our reality. This narrative illustrates that your emotions are not obstacles to be overcome, but powerful tools to be harnessed. By cultivating emotional awareness and learning to direct your feelings, you can create profound changes in your life and manifest your deepest desires. To help you develop emotional mastery and align your feelings with your intentions, practice the following daily emotional check-in exercise. Find a quiet moment each day to sit comfortably and close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths, allowing yourself to relax with each exhale. Scan your body from head to toe, noticing any areas of tension or discomfort. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Name the emotions without judgment. For each emotion identified, ask, Does this emotion align with my intentions and desires? If an emotion doesn't serve your goals, visualize it transforming into a more supportive feeling. For example, if you feel anxiety, imagine it turning into excitement or anticipation. Take a moment to cultivate emotions that resonate with your desires. If you're manifesting abundance, focus on feeling grateful and prosperous. Before concluding, set an intention to carry these aligned emotions with you throughout the day. Open your eyes and write down your emotional state and any insights gained. By consistently practicing this emotional check-in, you'll develop greater awareness and control over your emotional states, allowing you to direct your energy more precisely toward manifesting your aspirations. Chapter 22, Turning Challenges into Spiritual Growth. In a lush garden, a tiny caterpillar inched along a leaf, unaware of the profound transformation that awaited it. As days passed, it spun a cocoon, entering a period of apparent dormancy. To the untrained eye, it seemed as if nothing was happening. But within that chrysalis, a miraculous metamorphosis was taking place. You, like this caterpillar, are on a journey of spiritual evolution. The challenges you face are not obstacles, but catalysts for your inner transformation. Each difficulty you encounter is an opportunity to shed old limitations and emerge as a more radiant version of yourself. Life's challenges are the cocoon in which your spirit grows. They may feel confining, even suffocating at times, but they are essential for your evolution. It is through overcoming these trials that you develop the strength, wisdom, and resilience needed to soar to new heights. Picture the story of the traveler in the mountain path. A seeker set out on a journey to find enlightenment. As he approached a towering mountain, he saw two paths. One was smooth and winding, the other steep and treacherous. An old sage appeared beside him. "Which path leads to enlightenment?" the traveler asked. The sage smiled and replied, "Both paths lead to the summit, but only one will truly transform you." The traveler chose the challenging path. With each step, he faced obstacles, loose rocks, steep cliffs, and harsh weather. Yet with each challenge overcome, he felt stronger, more aware, more alive. When he finally reached the summit, he realized the journey itself had been his enlightenment. The obstacles he faced had sculpted him into a being of wisdom and strength. This story illustrates that the path of growth is often the one that challenges us most. Each obstacle you face is not a roadblock, but a signpost guiding you toward your higher self. Embrace your challenges. See them as opportunities for growth, as teachers guiding you toward your true potential. When you shift your perspective in this way, you transform the energy around your difficulties. Instead of resisting them, you flow with them, allowing them to shape you into the person you are meant to become. To help you reframe your current challenges as stepping stones toward your personal evolution, practice the following reflective journaling exercise. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself. In your journal, list 3 challenges you're currently facing. For each challenge, ask yourself, what is this situation teaching me? How might this difficulty be preparing me for something greater? What strengths or skills am I developing by facing this challenge? Write a short paragraph for each challenge, reframing it as an opportunity for growth. Begin each paragraph with, "This challenge is a gift because," conclude by writing an affirmation that embraces your challenges as catalysts for your spiritual evolution. For example, I welcome life's challenges as opportunities for growth and transformation. Each obstacle I overcome brings me closer to my highest self. By regularly practicing this reflection, you'll begin to see your challenges in a new light, recognizing them as integral parts of your spiritual journey. Remember, like the caterpillar transforming into a butterfly, Your greatest growth often occurs during your most challenging moments. Chapter 23. Dancing with Infinite Possibilities. In the vast expanse of the cosmos, a celestial dancer twirled among the stars, her movements fluid and graceful. With each step, new constellations formed and galaxies swirled into existence. This cosmic choreography represented the infinite possibilities that await you in every moment of your life. You, like this cosmic dancer, are constantly moving through a universe of boundless potential. Every breath you take, every choice you make, opens doorways to new realities. The key lies in recognizing and embracing these limitless opportunities. When you align your energy with the universe, you become a co-creator of your reality. Just as the cosmic dancer's movements shape the cosmos, your thoughts, intentions, and actions shape your world. The universe responds to your inner state, reflecting back to you the energy you emit. Put your thoughts into the story of the wanderer and the mystical forest. A wanderer stood at the edge of an enchanted forest, known for its ever-changing paths and magical occurrences. Many avoided it, fearing the unknown. But the wanderer, with an open heart, stepped in. As he journeyed, he noticed that the forest seemed to respond to his state of mind. When he felt fear, the shadows grew longer. When he embraced curiosity, flowers bloomed in his footsteps. When he opened his heart to wonder, magical creatures appeared to guide him. One day he came upon a clearing bathed in golden light. There he realized that by embracing the unknown, he had invited miracles into his life. The forest had been a reflection of his inner world all along. This tale illustrates the profound truth that life mirrors your inner state. When you approach life with an open heart, embracing uncertainty and possibility, you invite magic and miracles into your experience. To cultivate this openness to infinite possibilities, practice the following meditation. Find a comfortable position and close your eyes. Take several deep breaths, allowing yourself to relax fully. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a vast, starry cosmos. Feel the infinite potential surrounding you. As you breathe in, visualize yourself drawing in the energy of limitless possibilities. As you exhale, feel yourself expanding, becoming one with the cosmic dance of creation. Now bring to mind a situation in your life where you feel uncertainty or limitation. See it as a constellation before you. With your next breath, imagine this constellation dissolving, its stars rearranging into countless new patterns. Each pattern represents a potential outcome or opportunity. Repeat to yourself, I am open to infinite possibilities. I dance with the universe, co-creating my reality. Spend a few moments in this space of openness and potential. When you're ready, slowly bring your awareness back to your surroundings. By regularly practicing this meditation, you attune yourself to the vast potential that exists in every moment. Remember, like the cosmic dancer and the wanderer, you have the power to shape your reality. Embrace the unknown, for it is the canvas upon which you paint your dreams. Chapter 24. The Infinite Journey of the Soul. In the annals of time there lived a seeker whose quest for enlightenment spanned countless years. He traversed mountains, crossed oceans, and ventured into the depths of ancient forests, always searching for the ultimate truth. One day, as he sat atop a weathered peak, gazing at the vast expanse before him, a profound realization dawned. The treasure he had been seeking was not a distant goal, but the very journey he had undertaken. This seeker's tale mirrors your own spiritual odyssey. As you turn the pages of your life, remember that each chapter contributes to the grand narrative of your soul's evolution. The journey itself is the destination, a continuous unfolding of wisdom and self-discovery. Your spiritual path is not a linear progression with a finite endpoint, but rather a spiral of growth that continually expands and deepens. With each cycle, you revisit familiar truths with new eyes, gleaning fresh insights from age-old wisdom. This eternal dance of learning and transformation is the essence of spiritual mastery. Turn your attention to the story of the wise elder and the apprentice. An apprentice approached a wise elder, seeking the secret to ultimate enlightenment. The elder smiled and said, "Every morning I wake up and ask myself, who am I today? And every evening I reflect on how I've grown. This is the path to true wisdom." Puzzled, the apprentice asked, "But when will I know I've reached enlightenment?" The elder replied, "The day you stop asking that question is the day you begin to truly understand." This story illustrates that true mastery lies not in reaching a final destination, but in embracing the perpetual journey of self-discovery. Each new understanding of yourself becomes the foundation for the next phase of growth. As you conclude this chapter of your spiritual journey, take a moment to honor the path you've traveled and open yourself to the infinite possibilities that lie ahead. Engage in this practice of gratitude and reflection. Find a quiet space and take a few deep breaths, centering yourself in the present moment. Reflect on your spiritual journey thus far. Consider the challenges you've overcome, the wisdom you've gained, and the growth you've experienced. Express gratitude for each step of your journey, both the joyous moments and the difficult ones. Recognize how each experience has shaped you. Now turn your attention to the path ahead. Visualize it as an endless spiral of opportunities for growth and transformation. Say to yourself, "I am grateful for the journey I've traveled, and I open my heart to the infinite possibilities that lie ahead. My spiritual growth is endless, and I embrace each new beginning with curiosity and love." Take a few moments to sit with this feeling of gratitude and openness. Remember, your spiritual journey is a lifelong adventure. Each day offers a new beginning, a chance to delve deeper into the mysteries of existence and your own being. Embrace this eternal quest with an open heart and a curious mind, for in doing so you align yourself with the infinite wisdom of the universe. Conclusion. As you close this book, pause for a moment and reflect on the journey you've undertaken. From the first page to the last, you've traversed a landscape of inner transformation, shedding old beliefs and embracing new possibilities. Like a butterfly emerging from its chrysalis, you've begun to spread your wings, ready to soar into the vast expanse of your true potential. Remember, the chains that once bound you were mere illusions, constructed by the mind. Through each chapter, you've learned to recognize these self-imposed limitations and gently release them. The power to shape your reality has always resided within you, waiting to be awakened. Celebrate the progress you've made. Perhaps you've discovered a newfound ability to observe your thoughts without attachment, or maybe you've cultivated a deeper sense of present-moment awareness. These are not small feats, but significant steps on the path to inner freedom. Yet, understand that this journey doesn't end with the closing of this book. True inner freedom is not a destination to be reached, but a way of being that unfolds continuously. Each day presents new opportunities for growth, new challenges to overcome, and new depths of self to explore. As you move forward, carry with you the wisdom you've gained. Let it be a guiding light as you continue to navigate the ebb and flow of life. Remember that setbacks are not failures, but opportunities for deeper understanding and growth. Embrace the ongoing process of self-discovery with courage and an open heart. Trust that the universe, in its infinite wisdom, will continue to guide you. It whispers to you through intuition, speaks to you through synchronicities, and dances with you in moments of pure presence. You are now attuned to the rhythm of this cosmic dance. As you step into each new day, do so with the knowledge that you are eternally supported by the universe. Your journey of spiritual growth is boundless, filled with infinite possibilities waiting to unfold. If you enjoyed this exclusive audiobook, I handpicked this next book which will change your life.